Welcome to the reading of Turning 25 on my 52nd birthday. This is a story of my life right after my divorce as I grew into a new woman. Please comment any questions on the video below. I'll get back to them as soon as I can. And thank you so much. Please like and subscribe also. Thanks. Time for chapter 31. Veronica was mostly happy, but also very stressed about not really having anyone to be there. She really did want a man. Sometimes this frustrated her. She just could not understand how this was important, which, with her constantly overanalyzing everything, this made it very difficult for her to feel. She just wanted someone occasionally to make her feel good. She had an appointment with her plastic surgeon. She had gone to make sure that everything was okay. They had her try some implants on again to make sure of the size she wanted. The doctor was good. He would not let her go any bigger than a particular size. He did not want her to look disproportionate. She liked that. All her friends that had had the surgery told her that she should go bigger than she really wanted. She tried on 2 different sizes and put them under her bra, and she could see how they would look. Veronica decided on the largest size. She was getting pretty excited about the surgery. It was only about a month away. It just seemed like time was going by so fast. It seemed like life was a whirlwind. She still wasn't happy at work all that much. She constantly thought about getting another job. Veronica was getting nervous and excited for her surgery. She didn't really know exactly how this would really look. She knew she hated her breasts. After losing 50 pounds, there was just too much skin. She was very self-conscious, especially during sex, but she had no idea how this would really affect her. She was going to visit a customer in Maryland on Monday and was looking forward to it. She didn't know anyone there, but she knew that sometimes you hit it off with some people and not with others. That was just life. She hadn't been to Maryland for a while. She was looking forward to a change. This way, even if she wasn't enjoying her job, she would get different scenery, which was helpful. It gave her something to look forward to. There wasn't much going on at home. She was somewhat obsessed with her tarot cards. I get obsessed with everything. Trying to read everything. She did her daily readings every morning. She enjoyed it, but she didn't have anyone to read. So all she had was herself. She really needed to find friends. It got a little boring and lonely. She had a daughter and her sister, and of course Renee, but all these ladies were seeing someone or married, so they weren't like the kind of friends you can go out with and have single kind of fun. It was really starting to get boring. This summer she had some concerts planned. This was always fun and exciting, and she would probably find a few other things to do. She couldn't do a ton of traveling after her surgery, so that would be good and bad. Every now and again, it just felt like there was a big void in her life. For 27 years, she either had a man or children around. Now she didn't have that responsibility she did not have the responsibility of other people. It just felt like something was missing. Now on her way to Maryland, she would enjoy the long flight and just sit back, write in her journal, and maybe play a couple games on her computer. She usually would do her notes from her clients' visits on the way back. Flying to the customer, she would do her thing, whatever it happened to be at the time. She arrived and went straight to the customer's place of business. They spent an hour outlining what they would do for the 3 days she was there. It was already lunchtime, so the office manager brought in some sandwiches so they wouldn't waste any time. The remainder of the day she spent with the system administrator, Jackie, working on security and also working on a training plan. Jackie could then begin doing her own training. They got along fairly well. She was an intelligent lady and was really trying to do a good job. She was very nice to work with. On the way to the hotel, she stopped at Subway to grab a sandwich. She wanted to get a workout in, so Subway would be a good meal for after the workout. While she was in line, there was a couple of teenagers also in line. One ran outside, then came in with what appeared to be her dad. The dad walked up to Veronica and began asking about her tattoos. Of course, the usual question is, do they hurt? Sometimes Veronica just wanted to say no, duh. He continued to talk to her. She threw in that she was from Denver. They both ordered. He was actually ahead of her. And then they all left while Veronica was paying for her sandwich. Then he came back in and asked if he could have her phone number. And Veronica immediately said, well, I'm from Denver. How is that going to work? And I'm only here for 2 nights. He said, I don't care. That doesn't matter to me. Veronica didn't give her her number to him. How silly was that, she thought. Then after she got back to her hotel and thought, he was not bad looking. He would have been great for just getting laid. Sometimes Veronica just needed to be hit over the head. After her workout, she went back to her room and got her sandwich and was playing on her phone. She had conversed with Rick. They texted a little. It seemed that was the only way they would communicate. She had the pictures on her phone of how her breasts would look after her surgery. They had placed some of the implants in her bra, and then she put her shirt on and took pictures. She texted Rick and asked him if it was okay if she sent a picture of herself with the way her breasts would look. He said, you don't have to ask me. You can send a picture anytime. So she sent it, and he commented that he could not wait to see them bounce when they had sex. He hadn't really talked that way to her in a while. She kind of got excited again. She so enjoyed him, and it was going on 6 months since they had had sex. What was she waiting for? She was out and about, but she really wasn't finding anyone to have a good time with. It was getting frustrating. She enjoyed him, the dirty texts, but she needed a man in Denver. She needed a man to want her, to crave her, to be the one begging for her. Oh well, would that ever happen? Nothing else exciting on this trip. She didn't even have a breakdown. A little spotty crying now and again, but she was fine when Rick was paying attention to her. But then he stopped. Her anxiety would hit the roof. How could this young man have such a hold on her? She was happy when he was paying attention to her, and a mess when he wasn't. She really would like to find another man, or a couple, or whatever. But men were just not interested, or it seemed that way. And it was getting frustrating. She was thin, letting her hair grow, began wearing contacts. She looked really good. That's what people seemed to say, and that is the way she felt. But no men were asking her out. This guy in Subway, which was flattering, but she used the excuse that she didn't want a long distance relationship. So was it really that men weren't interested in her? Or was there more to it? All part of her journey. At this point, she truly believed that men weren't interested in her. I truly did believe that. I always believed that men weren't interested in me. I think no matter what, no matter how you look in the mirror, when it's been programmed that you're not attractive, it's hard to break that. And even with losing weight, there is sometimes you don't see yourself thin either. It was around this time I had lost 50 pounds, and I knew I wore a size 4. I knew it. My jeans were all size 4. They were only size 4. I'd never worn anything bigger. And I went to Kohl's, and I went to a rack of jeans, and I was looking for size 4, and I picked it up, and I said, that's too small. So I picked up a 6, and I thought, oh, that's too small. And I picked up an 8 and thought, oh, that's too small. And then I picked up the 10 and went, okay, I'll try. God, that's weird. And it was like huge. I put it on the dressing room. What are you thinking? But it takes so long after a change for you to really see yourself that way. So even though I knew I was a size 4, when I was looking at those jeans, I really didn't think that I could fit in them. Never had before. So I think what that said too, after 27 years of feeling like no one was attracted to me, and that I wasn't attractive, and that men wouldn't want me, even when I thought I looked good, I still believed that. And I'm still struggling with it today. I really do. I mean, most of you that are watching this know about my Instagram account, but I still struggle. I mean, I don't get any horrible comments by any means, but it's not the way people see you. You have to see it within yourself. And until you do, that's it. That's all there is. And the guy in Subway, how silly was that? She should have at least had dinner with him. She didn't have to have sex with him. Why not just try to date, get used to it? But boy, her self-confidence really, really was rough. Some of it had to do with Rick, but some of it didn't. It wasn't like she was always waiting for Rick. She had a bout with confidence, and she was scared. I think she was scared of not being... Come to find out, she was scared. She was scared that she wouldn't be able to see through a man again. Like, see through a bad guy. See through a man that wanted all the control. So, we'll see more of that later on, too. Cheers!